In the state of New Hampshire, we have continued to see, we have good standing in math on our national assessments, but we have seen a slight decline right at the end of middle school through high school. So this is an area that we're very focused on. 60% of students going on to college are having difficulties with first year, second year mathematics. In fact, many schools are indicating that they won't accept students into math programs or engineering programs or science programs because the students are not able to pass a basic competency. So it's a huge issue all over the country. If a student is choosing to go right into a career, a technical career, that they still have to have significant math preparation when they choose these positions.
Math readiness for our students who enter the community college is a very important issue because a lot of our college courses in the community college system, almost all our college courses in some way draw upon knowledge and the discipline of math. So students who go on to college, if they have trouble in math, if they're not at a college level of math, there are only about 1 in 3 chances of graduating with a college degree, whereas if a student could enter the community college and not have to take a developmental math course or pre-college math course after they've enrolled in community college, they have a 2 of 3 chance of graduating with a college degree. So it really increases significantly a student's chances of being able to do well with college courses, be able to succeed in the sense of completing that college degree if they come to college already with that knowledge of math at a college level.
The purpose for the development of the Mathematics Learning Communities project was to form a collaboration between the high schools and the community colleges and to provide, in the instance of the Mathematics Learning Communities, 2 math courses that can be offered at the high school in the senior year. Senior math is going to prepare you to arrive in a college setting and not have to take a developmental math course. And if you were to take the Take Math course, you're going to end up with a transcript with either 3 or 4 college credits in mathematics, and in a number of instances, that's going to satisfy the math requirement for your associate's degree at the community college system of New Hampshire. And we also know that the Take Math course is transferable. At the moment, we've identified 25 senior colleges and universities that allow for that transfer.
Research has shown all over the country that the greatest single indicator of success at the college level is successful completion of Algebra 2. So how are you going to get young kids that didn't have success at maybe pre-algebra, Algebra 1, maybe in some Algebra 2? What do you do for those kids? Well, prior to instituting Senior Math and Take Math, we had nothing. So the organization that we belong to decided that we should offer something that wouldn't be called Algebra 2, because if they didn't have any success there, why would they take that course again? The names came up to be Senior Math. That was the first course that was to be offered. It's basically an Algebra 1 with a smidge of Algebra 2 sprinkled in. It's an elective, so it's not something that they have to take. They realize when they go to college admissions, when they speak with their friends, teachers, they need another math to be successful. This course was built solely around that principle. How do we get them successful so that they can go on and be successful in college?
I think the Senior Math and the Take Math courses are a tremendous addition to any high school curriculum because students who have checked out earlier in mathematics reach their senior year and they are ready to learn it, or they're interested in it more because they're invested in it more for whatever reason, and they're not going to go back to Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 to learn it. So up until the point where we instituted this, they had nowhere to go. They would be interested, but there was nothing for them to do. So this is like a second chance for these students who are now ready to learn it to be given the opportunity to learn it. They're not going back into class with freshmen, they're going back into class with students who are more motivated. Look at this as a way to reach those students who checked out early on. They're ready now. They want the help. Yeah, there's the traditional way that we taught Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. It didn't work for these students before. That's why they checked out.
What we try to do with Take Math is incorporate practical applications. In one case, we'll take them into the physics lab and show them how the equation fits into projectile motion, a quadratic equation. We've done that in the past. And then, because we have a wide variety of majors taking Take Math, we can tailor the class to those majors, the majority. For instance, the majority may be early childhood education. So we'll talk about if you run a child care center, how do you break even? So we'll do break-even analysis with linear systems. So they see how this is important information for their everyday lives.
I never liked math. I always found it really tedious and never really interesting to me. Senior math has changed my attitude towards math because I used to always try and avoid math whenever I could, and now I see it and I'll just do it in my head and it'll make sense immediately.
The reason why I signed up for this class was because I thought it'd be a good refresher before college, because you tend to lose a lot of stuff over the summer. And also the final for this class is the AccuPlacer that I am taking for the college that I'm going to. So I would rather want to take a class that preps me for the AccuPlacer than just kind of forget it all over summer and then take it at the beginning of the year.
Never really been a fan of math until this class. This class, I always have so much fun in it, and it's definitely my favorite class, which is surprising because I always never really liked math. And it's funny because in math class I always usually kept quiet. In this class I speak up more and I understand the problems more, and it's a lot, I don't know, it makes you feel better in a way because you seem like you understand the problems more and you understand the class and the information more than previous math classes. So
I think this will definitely help me out in college with the math. I can definitely take all this stuff that I've learned with the different ways to approach problems and all the stuff that we're going to learn in the future, and I feel that that will help out a great deal. I definitely saw this year that when you didn't have to take a math, I'm still taking a math, that if I don't take a math, I am going to lose everything and then I'm going to suffer in college. And so I was going to take a math class. That was one of the things I knew I was going to do this year.
My attitude towards math when I came into college was not very good. When I was in high school, I did not do very well. I almost failed math in high school. When I came to college, I actually did much better. I'm doing very well in math now. My attitude towards math has changed very much, and I'm very happy where I'm going with math right now.
The other day, I did have a student come right back, and she was a senior math student, and she came to see me. She's going to NHTI in Concord, and she's taking the Take Math class because she wasn't able to in high school here because of the way her schedule fit. And she was like, "You're right, I love it, it's great, it was very beneficial for me to be in senior math. I definitely learned a lot, and now I feel more comfortable with mathematics," because a lot of the students that are in senior math have a math phobia or they don't have confidence in their math. So that's part of building the confidence that students have, as well as just building their math skills. They have to be confident in what they do.
Many of the skills that we look at in Take Math, the students have experienced before but haven't had success for lots of reasons. Whether they just weren't mature enough, they weren't completing homework and practicing enough, they didn't care. I mean, there's a whole host of reasons, but certainly one of the things that I like about teaching Take Math is that I don't have to introduce and develop those skills completely because they've already experienced many of them before. Now I can help them take that step further and apply them to real life contexts.
The Take Math changes a lot of the attitudes. It gives them a positive experience rather than just drilling them and rather than having memorized a lot of things in math. One of the things that we've done in the past is somebody will take the course and they sort of say, well, that doesn't really apply to me. And then they've come back later on and say, hey, guess what? I did something in a psychology class and I took the topics class and we needed that stuff. We needed the Venn diagrams to understand the survey that was being done. And a lot of the students couldn't understand the survey until this person ended up explaining what was going on in the class.
So by adding that senior math and take math, it's really helped the students out, and it's given them a place to go for the fourth year of math, which we just in the guidance department think is so important. Colleges are really, it's important to them that the students show that initiative and completion of math, and the more math they take, it can only benefit them. So they encourage students, tell us to encourage students to take the fourth year of math, and this is just a great opportunity with these 2 additional math courses.
When students successfully complete senior math, the likelihood is they're going to get higher AccuPlacer scores at the community college level. All community colleges require a math placement test upon admission and before they can choose classes. So it's likely, very likely, that they're going to score higher in those AccuPlacer math tests, therefore avoiding developmental math courses, which are essentially high school courses again in college, non-degree, cost money. So they can save a substantial amount of money by being able to test right into a college math course. Since we have been offering Take Math and Senior Math, we have seen a 33% decline in the number of students needing developmental math at our local community college, Great Bay Community College. We expect that to continue to decline over the years as more and more students take these courses.
The mathematics learning community support has been outstanding, particularly because of the conferences that are held every year in June. It's the first time I've gone to a conference where people don't pretend that students are other than what they really are. Nobody beats about the bush about attendance issues or behavioral issues, or that there's diverse levels of ability in the classroom.
I went to 2 different sessions for training for the math learning communities, and during those trainings, different teachers who had been teaching it gave different practices and different ways to approach some of your more difficult concepts. And it not only helped me learn those concepts, but it also kind of energized me to kind of think of different ways that I was going to teach. And any time that you get a support system like that, it not only helps you in the classroom, but it energizes you to kind of do better for that kind of student.